In this video series, we're going to go over Chapter 3.1 and 3.2 in the Excel textbook. 3.1 is mostly review, with the exception of the introduction of the quick analysis tool and the smart lookup tool. So we'll breeze through 3.1 pretty quickly. So to get started, we have to download this data file right here, which I have open on my left. And then we're going to put a max function first in this cell B25. And then if you scroll down, you'll see that we will copy this into the rest of the rows at the bottom of the Excel worksheet. So I'll start in B25, enter in a max function. This is review. We've done this already in Chapter 2. The cell range is going to be B5 to B24. There we go. And I'll press enter, giving me a max of 10. I'll copy this over to column N using the fill handle. And there we go. Now, a new part that is introduced in 3.1 is the quick analysis tool, which you can see on page 156. After the discussion of showing and unshowing the Excel formulas, it talks about using this quick analysis toolbox here. So if I select B5 through N25 as is instructed, I'll see this quick analysis tool pop-up box pop up in the lower right corner. If I click on that, I'll see that I have quick options for formatting, charts, totals, tables, spark lines. What we'll focus on right now is totals. And the first thing you'll probably notice, maybe, is that there are two options for sum. This option for sum, which is going to sum the totals of each of the columns onto the bottommost row, right below the cell range that is selected. And then over here, it's going to do the same thing, but it's going to do it in the rightmost column of the cell range selected. It's going to sum all of the rows that are selected in the column to the right of the cell range that is selected. So I'll click on this one because this is what I want. I'm going to do the totals of each of the respective rows in this column that's labeled total points. And then the next thing that is new in this section, if I scroll down, is the smart lookup tool. So this is saying that if I have a particular cell selected that has some text within it, I can go to the Review tab of the ribbon and then click on Smart Lookup, and it will look up using the internet what is within the contents of that cell. So I had written percentage in the contents of that cell, so it's given me a Wikipedia article on percentage as well as some more web search links. So if you didn't know what percentage is right now, the first Wikipedia article gives a pretty good explanation of it. I'll click this X right here to get out of that, and then I will do the last step, I believe, the last step of this Excel section in the textbook, which is again review. We're going to do a percentage formula. So I will do equals cell 05, which is the total points earned by Deshea Andrews, it looks like, divided by the total points possible. And this is going to be an absolute cell reference, so I'll press F4 on my keyboard to get the dollar signs to show up to make this an absolute cell reference. This means that the total points possible, it's not going to change when I copy this formula down. I'll go to the Home tab and click Copy, and then paste it into P6 through P24. Paste formulas, again review from last chapter, and I can see that 025 is not changing, but the total points for each student is changing as I go down the column. One last thing I need to do is make these percentages, which I'll highlight the cell range, and then on the Home tab of the ribbon, I will click the percent style number format option in the numbers group. And I'll double check, but I'm sure this is it for 3.1. And we'll get started with 3.2 in the next video.